This is going to be a combination of today's video review and the Insider's video review for September the 18th, 2015 for Drum Energy Bands. Please read our trading disclaimer. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but in the past, when I've been trading and looking for systems to buy and sell with, I've always found it very difficult when the market is trending to determine, should I be buying a falling knife? When is it acceptable, when it is not? So I wanted to go into a little bit of detail on that concept to describe what visual energy analysis brings to the table for traders that are struggling with, finding that particular point to buy the market. As in this example here today, the price has just been, falling and falling and falling. How does one actually get an excellent point of entry and a reference point that is the same reference point that we use constantly in visual energy analysis to be consistent and to always approach the market with the same discipline? So you'll notice as the market is falling down here, we're below our energy band here. This is our hourly energy band, and it's drawn here and here. So this is the very first time at this point where price actually does get above the energy band, and here as well it comes down. So we get this, if you're just joining us, for example, this white dotted line here is what we call our energy mid or E-mid, and when it hooks up like this, we draw a valley of support, and this is very, very significant to us to use to gauge the timing of when a bottom is in, because you'll see as price shoots down here, it exhausts, comes back up, and it hits. If I just move these lines a little bit higher, you'll notice that we have a valley that hooks up and a crest that hooks down. So we would draw the valley from the low part and the crest from the high part. And you'll notice that it does provide some strong resistance at this point. What our trader would be doing is engaging the strong trend right here in what we call the block. This would be for a short. And again, this is another opportunity to engage the short. But at this point right here, once we have our valley, our trader is going to be looking for a buy. And that's the difference with a lot of systems, is they don't allow the trader to be relaxed and approach the market the same way. You see how price went up into this block, and blocks generally continue the trend lower. Well, you see on this block here, this trend did continue lower. This is into a very specific area that we call the overlap of resistance. And this overlap of resistance is in the block that we would look for the very first time to get short. You see the dots are way, way strong and below the midline. The very first time we get up there, this would be a strong block to take a short with. So we could engage the trend short. But at this point here, we're still into a block, a strong block, because of this support now turning into resistance. And of course we do have resistance there at this 58, 59 level, we'll say. So a short was definitely done, but the trader would know that here at approximately 52 that we would have some support, and coming down into there we would go to our trade chart and take a long directly up out of here, because prices move below our energy band and starting to move inside and above it. So this is a very, very common concept that we use. We call outside inside, and it works really, really well. Plus the visual on the lower yellow is going sideways. Our solid white midline is going sideways. You can see price starting to put in a bottom, and it's very, very important to know precisely where that valley of support is for our trader to lean against. Again, the success and failure always depends on the support or resistance that we're leaning against, at least from our perspective. And you'll see as price pops higher, when we get out over to this point right about here, this is an area in which the trader can be looking for longs in, because price is staying above this resistance level resistance now turning into support. And you can see our dots are above the solid white midline. This is an indication of strength for us. So we're looking at this overlap here of the midline. We call this a power bid trade when our solid white midline and the lower energy band are associated with each other. Especially when we have our resistance turning to support, we would be looking for a long trade with our trade chart right in through here using this 59 level as well as the lower energy band and the midline, the solid white midline, looking for a target, of course, up to the upper energy band and the solid white midline. So I'm going to just back up a little bit and talk about this area right in through here overnight, because this is really significant for traders to go through, and we're going to be launching a new product that's going to be called the Morning Brew that's going to go over these details so the trader knows coming into the day specifically where the important levels are. So we know that we have a crest of resistance up in here, and we know we have our upper energy band, so we would be looking for a short up in here, just like over on this side further to the right. It's the same concept because our dots, these blue dots, are staying below the solid white midline. Same here. So as price goes higher up in here, we have a new crest that's put in. So there's a confluence of resistance up in here. We've got our upper energy band of the hourly. We've got our crests. This is an area in which we would be looking for a short for the market to continue lower because this white dotted line is not pushing up. We're going to go down to this lower energy band here at a minimum. And you can see how price does fall down through these valleys of support. This is the first time we come through the valley of support here into the lower energy band, push up under a weak dot condition. We expect to come down to the lower energy band. And then as you can see, as price goes lower, you notice our dots, even though they're above the solid white midline, we've got a confluence here of energy. We've got a couple of things going on. We've got the hourly midline, we've got the 12-minute midline, we've got support here and support here now turning into resistance. This is an area in which we would expect a strong block to continue this trend lower, albeit it's a controlled move down. It's not strong like the dots aren't below the solid white midline, but this area right here would be monitored with our trade chart. And this is the start of this trend today. So if you were up early trading at that point in time, and if you weren't, I mean, these setups happen all the time throughout the day in the same fashion. So learning how to draw a simple straight horizontal line and understanding where the energy is coming from provides the trader an edge unlike anyone else has with technical analysis today. So if you're interested in learning about visual energy analysis, send us an email at jb@drummondenergybands.com. Thank you.